Hello and welcome to this segment, 101 with TBO. Madife Media have our own television. My name is Toyin Bamishaye Oni, welcoming you to this segment. Today on the program, I would like to share my experience with all our viewers at home regarding the election, or the governorship election in Osun State that we covered last week, Saturday. My experience as a reporter, my experience as a journalist, since I've been covering elections, I'm covering government activities, Osun State is a very, very clear departure from what we really normally see in election, most especially what we witnessed the last 2, 3, 4, 5 elections that we had in Lagos State. Number one, I'd like to say that we never saw anybody playing football on the streets, either Osogbo or Ede or Iragbiji, Ikirun, Oyo, Ashi or Ekusa and other villages that we were opportuned to visit. So I think some other states in the Federation should take a cue from this. Maybe in some areas that probably were not opportune to visit, maybe they were playing football there. But I would like to tell you that we didn't see anybody on the streets playing soccer or turning the day to a day where they would bring out speakers and some people would gather and they would start to drink. Second thing that I noticed in the Osun State governorship election is the fact that as early as 7:30, people trooped out in a massive way. It was indeed a large turnout of voters. What mobilized them? I don't know. I'm a journalist. I'm not a politician. But I think politicians should ask that question. Why did we have massive people? We were at Ede around 7:30 in the morning. Come and see the crowd. Virtually all the polling units that we visited, we saw mammoth crowd there. We moved from Ede to Osogbo. It's the same story. We moved from Osogbo to other villages like Igbajo, like Ikirun, like one small village called Ekusa, I think where the local government, the chairman of Odoti, hails from. People were there and they said they just have to cast their vote for the candidate of their choice. Another thing third thing that I would like to share on the program today is the fact that people waited patiently. Even in some areas that the INEC officials didn't really show up on time, they waited for them. And another thing that I would want to share on the program today is the fact that INEC says that nobody should vote after 2:30. And one of the town is Inisha that we visited at about the time that election ought to close. And we were opportune to interview, I think, one of the local government officials or the state commissioner who hails from Inisha. He told us that indeed INEC said the election should close by 2:30. But the people are waiting to cast their votes. There's so much that there's no way that INEC could cover them by the stipulated 2:30. And he said that we shouldn't worry, that they would detail one of the security officials to stay behind the last person that came last. So as nobody will come and say that, no, I'm just coming in, or no, I've been here and I must cast my vote. Another thing we noticed is patience. People were in the sun and they waited patiently, saying that no matter how they're going to wait, they're going to cast their votes. So the take home from Osun is the fact that, number one, I see no reason why we should turn election day to a day that would turn all our streets to Arsenal Stadium or Man U Stadium. I see no reason why we should turn election day to where we should say, no, that guy, one way or the other, stepped on my toes, and today is the day that I had to take my revenge. We didn't see anything of such in Osun State. And also, I would like to share that at Oyo, the beavers was not even working as it ought to work. But the people waited patiently. So, come election 2027, number one, we should all participate. Number two, we should be patient. Number three, we should not turn all our streets to stadium, or probably turn in front of our house, or probably the voting as the polling units to drinking joints. And that's how much we can take on one-on-one with TBO for this week. My experience in Osun election. Although on Sunday morning, we also covered when Governor Ademola Adeleke was declared as winners. People were not drinking in front of his house. Although they tried to celebrate, they tried to dance, but we didn't really see anybody drinking. I think this should be what some of the people who followed this politician should take home. My name is Toyin Bamishaye Oni. One-on-one will return next week. The program continues shortly.